If someone asked you what one of your favorite horror games of the last 10 years was, maybe of the entire most recent generation, chances are eventually we'd land on PT. The playable teaser for what was potentially going to be Silent Hills. This thing came from Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, also working with Norman Reedus, and it was put out in 2014 as a demo teaser, tantalizing glimpse into what this creative trio might be able to put together as a continuation of the Silent Hill IP. Sadly, over time, it was eventually deleted. Konami really didn't want to go ahead with it after the Hideo Kojima split around about 2015-ish, and we just never got to see what the finished product was. However, if you managed to download the game back in 2014, that initial demo teaser thing, and that file stayed on your PlayStation 4, well, initially there was a huge gold rush around how much those PS4s were worth because there's nowhere else to get that game. It's literally deleted off the PlayStation Store, and over time it's become something of a myth. Either you were there at the time and you got to experience how brilliant PT was, or you simply just heard about it, unable to actually play it, forced to talk to people like me who do have a copy of it about just how brilliant it was. So across the last few weeks when I've been reviewing the PlayStation 5, wondering about how different things might work, backwards compatibility, etc., I kind of happened on the idea that maybe, just maybe, PT would actually work on a PlayStation 5. So this is the story, this is me telling you in the present of what I went through and whether or not I managed to get it working. Over to past me. Okay, so you joined me trying something that I don't know how many other people on Earth have been able to try, but I thought, why not try and get PT to work on a PS5? So right now, whoa, you can see over my shoulder that it's transferring. I've got my PS4 on. I've got the whole data transfer thing going on. I don't know if it's going to work. I tried PT from the library on the PS5, and it just errored out. It said something's wrong, which something's definitely wrong if I can't access PT whatsoever. But right now, it's transferring, and we'll keep an eye on it. So let the journey continue. At least I'd managed to get the PlayStation 5 to recognize the game file. At least something on Sony's hardware was still recognizing that PT was a thing, even though it wasn't service synced with the PlayStation Store anymore. At this stage, I'm just hoping for the best. I'm just hoping for some sort of continual recognition that would let me click on the game eventually. Okay, I mean, we're getting there. There's potential. It identified the file. It let me carry my data across, my save data. So just maybe it's possible. We got to the end of the transfer, the console restarted, and booting it back up, this is what happened. The system is restarted, gonna do the whole boot up thing. I'll be amazed if this works. Game library, yes, I have many games. Sort by A to Z. Oh, I'm trying to hold the things at the same time. Right, good. P, T. Oh, download! Lame, Sony. I mean, why would it, right? It's this insane one-off thing that even the people who put it together have no access to anymore unless they also happen to download the file back at the time. And at this point, I was pretty much all hope is lost. There's no way. It's pretty obvious that it was just never going to be compatible and we should just give up. However, I did think, what if I tried to transfer it again? Maybe there's just something that I'm missing. Maybe there's something in the PlayStation firmware, the architecture, the SSD, the magic of the SSD. Maybe there's something in there that I missed. So I went back and I set the transfer off again, and this is what I saw. If you go on, I thought I'd try and maybe copy something again. Data is being transferred in the background. A glimmer of hope, a tiny shard of potential. It seems like it was downloading, transferring in the background the whole time. And now on my home screen is PT. Could this be it? Can it be played? Can it be played? I think it can be played. Come on. Yes! PT totally works on PS5. Okay, fresh save. Let's do this. I've restarted. I thought I'd just go in properly. I deleted my save data. God, I forgot about this text thing. It's so cool. The whole, the only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? It was just... The fact that they announced this on like an E3 stage, oh, the double-headed lad coming in. The fact that they announced this on an E3 stage and it was just like, hey, go grab your PlayStations, go get stuck in, and just, we're not even going to tell you what this is. No one even knew that this was Silent Hills until afterwards, until if you get a certain ending, then you get told what it is. Just ridiculous. But everything about the way this rolled out, it was just so brilliant and creepy and just incredibly well done. Oh, the corridor. The thing with this is as well, Kojima after the fact said that he hid so many different plot points and plot details and things like that in the game itself, and that he expected that it would take people like months and months and months to figure it all out. And I think people got it after it was only like a week or maybe the first month or something. I guess as well, if you don't know what PT is, this was their way of teasing what they could have potentially done as a first-person Silent Hill reboot. And so you have all these different plot points about this family, you're sort of finding out that there was this, this guy, his wife or his girlfriend, I think it was obviously his wife, and she was shot, and the kid seems to is missing or seems to be dead. There's a reveal for that later, and it's just loaded with so much detail to take in.
Before the murders, neighbors say they heard the father repeating a sequence of numbers in a loud voice.
But even things like numbers, the idea of what do the numbers mean, and the more you play it, like I said, this is a fresh save, and it takes, I think it's a random amount of replaying this same L shape over and over again for different things to change. But it was just so rooted in, the internet just came together. Everybody's figuring out what triggers what does what. And the second that we all found Lisa, who's there, there's a ghost in here. The way that they coded it is that she's behind you the whole time, which obviously people only realized when they did boundary break stuff and realized that she's literally standing behind you the whole time, which is brilliant, to be honest, that there could be such a scare even in breaking the game. But yeah, things like this, like the door starts to lock, you're funneled more towards certain places. Oh, the cockroaches. And yeah, and I'm waiting for this. Oh god. I don't know how much I guess the sound will come through, but okay. At some point that door starts making noises. God, I remember this like it was, like, I was going to say yesterday, but because of the year we've had, it feels like a while ago. But I remember it pretty damn well. I played through this so much. And fun insider fact, I was going to call this our game of the year for 2014. It predates when we were doing that much stuff on YouTube. But I thought this was the best game of 2014. And then I talked myself out of it because I thought, it's not like a full game. And, does it qualify as a full thing? And I ended up giving it to Dragon Age Inquisition for that year. Which is fine, it's a good game, good RPG, bit long at the start, but it's alright. And in hindsight, I think this is the best game of 2014, and I know Shadow of Mordor is up there too. But the thing with replaying this is that because you know some of the machinations of it, you kind of know to expect something, like that you're going to get grabbed by Lisa at a random point, or that the phone's going to ring, or she turns up at the window at one point as well, and it's just... But all you can do is just replay, go through the same corridor and just look for changes and see what's different. And you eventually get into different, versions of the room where it starts to get lit in red lighting and things like that. If you can get your hands on this, or if you can watch a full playthrough, because I'm just going to do sort of like the intro bit of it, it's still worth checking out. It's such a brilliant, minimalist horror, just maximizing the space that they had. I think, is the door not shut? There's a whole thing with that picture as well. It's almost more scary going through it, waiting for the jump scares, waiting for the things to happen. But that's also kind of the genius of it. Because as far as I know, it was always random. I guess someone's probably crunched the code on it and realized the specific timings of the ghosts and everything. But this feeling right now is... oh god, okay, yeah, and then, oh god, okay, because, lovely, very accurate cockroaches as well, very, very much, having seen a cockroach, it's very similar skittering. Oh, and the music starts coming in, and the thing that I know is in here, as I know that you look through the door, and if you look through the door enough, or at the right time, again, it's all random, then Lisa's big old ghosty face just pops up in that creek thing. Right, I'm bailing on this because we might do something more for this for Halloween, but I'm bailing on this for now. So there you have it. I tried a random experiment. I thought maybe it would work, you never know. PT, full on, just works on a PS5, providing you have a copy of it on PS4 and you can transfer it across. The way I did it was wirelessly. I put my PS4 on, I opened the PS5. PS4 was already on the same Wi-Fi network. Go settings and then system and then transfer data and then wait for the PS5 to find the PS4. And then I just picked the save data of the game file and it brought it across. I hope that works for everybody else. It did for me, and at least in regards to this PlayStation 5 or this set of data that I have access to, because apparently the file still stays on the old PS4 as well. I'll be keeping the dream alive until someone else can pick up the torch and run with it. For now though, PT works on PS5, and let's just do a big ol' rejoice. Ivan Scott from WhatCulture.com, and I'll catch you soon.